me, the biggest thing that I want to lay down before I get into how you should do it and what content you make and what you should do, and I'll get into that in a minute. Before we get into those dynamics, I'm desperately interested in, do you know yourself? Are you actually capable of doing that business or that app or that startup or that concept? I think one of the things that I spend a lot of time thinking about is that the 19th employee at Facebook made more money than the founder of almost every other company, period. And I just know that there's a lot of people in here right now that think they're gonna start the next Supreme or Adidas or start the next Instagram or Facebook or do this, that, and the other thing. And the reality is that they would be a remarkable number 6, a remarkable number 13, a remarkable number 49. And that's very important to me. The same way something else is unbelievably important to me, which is the following. There's a lot of people who want to build a business, who are sitting here who started building a business, but they don't realize that making $100,000 a year and the business they have makes them very happy, but making $200,000 a year is gonna make them very unhappy, and that delta isn't worth it. Self-awareness, my friends, listen, you would not think of me the same way as a businessman if you realized how much money I leave on the table every year, how much money I've left on my career, how much that is not my KPI, that is not what I strive for. You would think about me differently. Some would think about me better, some would think about me worse, left, right, that's fine. I don't really care, to be honest. I care for you to understand that when you understand yourself, the greatest thing that comes from it is you're happy. You also are far more likely to be successful, because one thing that people don't talk enough about is how much hard work it actually takes to succeed. Just sheer time and effort. I think one of the great things about building a big business is the process. And yet, right now, my great fear is that so many people want the thing that you get from building a successful company, not the process of building a successful company. We are in such a world now where all of us, through the content we put out on whatever social network you use, are putting out such an extreme version of our lives that people are becoming envious of their friends. Everybody in this room is now the PR agent of themselves. Everybody's putting out the best photo from their vacation ever. Everybody's putting out the most exciting night of their lives. People are actually now doing things in real life just for the photo to put on fucking Instagram. And this is very important to understand, because we as humans are wired often to envy and be jealous and curious and dwell on not being on that boat. And what that leads to is short-term behavior. Everybody's looking to make a quick dollar so that they can go on that yacht or go to Ibiza or buy that car or that bag or that sneaker. And this is 100% the poison that is in the system. And so for me, I want to know why. Why do you want to be successful? For me, I didn't even really necessarily want to be successful. I just couldn't breathe if I wasn't selling something or building a business. It's all I knew. There was nothing else. It was why I was such a bad student. I couldn't even appease the hour I needed to be a decent student a day, because I needed every minute selling baseball cards or wine or whatever I was up to at that point in my life. There was no choice. And so that's what I wish on everybody else. I wish that you wake up every morning and have no choice. That what you do is how you breathe. It's become so extreme for me, it makes me feel selfish of how it impacts my family or anything else, because there's no choice. It's how I breathe.